Hello, everyone. This is Jorge Diaz, president and founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing, and I'm bringing you another episode of Defining Infusionsoft Success. This week, my guest is Stephanie Fleming. She is a copywriter that I've known since before they called it Icon. It was InfusionCon back then. This was 2011, and she was one of the stage presenters. She's a copywriter, and we've actually worked together several times, and she's going to be telling us about a product that she's releasing. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, George?
Good. Thank you for joining me. I know you're like really busy and the kids are like back to school now already, right?
I've got one in school and I've got two with a babysitter. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good. So why don't you introduce yourself, tell people a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get right into the solution that you guys have, which is a kind of like copywriting in a box, which is interesting.
Absolutely. So I actually got my start as a copywriter at Infusionsoft. I wanted to make a living as a writer. I didn't know how to do it, but somebody introduced me to the idea of copywriting. And so I took a course from AWAI that's put together by Michael Masterson. And I did a self-study, basically. And when I was done with it, I started to apply to different places and somehow got connected with Infusionsoft. So they hired me as their very first copywriter, no experience. And I was terrified. I was really nervous about it, but I had some connections with some people over there. And the very first lead gen piece that I did for Infusionsoft got over 200,000 downloads within that first year. So I knew it was okay and I was going to make it, and maybe I actually had some talent at this. Yeah. But that was 10 years ago.
Well, you've definitely come a long way, because I know that when I met you, and that was like already 6 years ago, I mean, you were already doing it from stage, and you've helped us with copy. I know you've helped some of our customers. So you're definitely come along.
Right. It's been a journey.
Okay, so tell us about your product.
You're right. So a little bit of background, though, before I get started on that. After 3 years at Infusionsoft, I actually ended up going freelance because I became a mom and came home. And so I was only working with people like you, consultants and Infusionsoft partners, providing content for their clients. And what I noticed is that I was writing basically the same emails over and over and over again, and charging people ridiculous amounts of money. You and I have had this conversation that I never charged enough.
Stephanie, it's not ridiculous. It's you have a lot of value.
Okay, I have a lot of value, but it was something that bothered me, that I could write basically the same words over and over again and be paid $300, $400, $500 for the same campaigns. So my husband and I decided the best thing we could do, especially for small business owners who really have it hard. I mean, I'm one of those who's going to advocate for the small businessman because, wow, it is not a trip. But we decided to put together pre-written content that small business owners could start using as follow-up. I don't know if you want to get into follow-up at all. That's probably the next question on your mind is...
Well, I tell you what, here's the thing about your product. So her and I have been talking last couple months just for different reasons, and she's telling me about this product, and she says, George, I'll let you be one of our beta testers. And I was kind of like, yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah. And I didn't think to try it out, and then I go, let me try it. And it's one of those things that you have to see it to really appreciate what it is, because you just don't get it right away.
Right. And I'm going to show you in just a second. I'm going to switch over to my screen and show you. But the difference between what we're providing and what you might get from somewhere else is that there are plenty of places that will give you templates, kind of a breakdown of what should go in your email. You can get online and you can research it and you can find templates. But if you're not a great writer or you don't have a lot of time, templates aren't going to do you any good. You need something that you can use right now. And that's where the pre-written content comes in. So can I switch over to my screen now, George, and start showing you sort of how we lay this out?
Go ahead.
So all of our products are campaigns. You can see my screen, right?
Yep, it looks good. Ready to go copy is the name of the tool.
Yes, it is. Ready to go copy. And what I've done is taken you straight into our content portal. This is where after you've made a purchase, you're going to find the campaign that you just purchased. And we have over 50 campaigns right now.
So so you're not selling Infusionsoft campaigns. You're selling copy that goes into Infusionsoft campaigns or somebody else's system, right?
Copy that goes into the campaigns, right?
Perfect. I'm clarifying that because that was one thing. It's kind of like, oh wow, she's writing campaigns for us, and it's like, no, that's not what you guys do.
Infusionsoft actually has some campaigns. If you go to their marketplace, they have a whole bunch of campaigns that you can upload straight into your app. And we have what we call our action plans. I'll take you there right now. These are a series of emails that are based on the campaigns that Infusionsoft has put together.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if you go and look at it, if you're downloading some of their content, if you're downloading their layout in Infusionsoft, their campaigns, and you'll be able to use all of these. And they are named according to what Infusionsoft has named them. Okay,
so let's click in. I don't know, just pick one so we can kind of get a feel for what these look like.
Yep. I'm going to go to Collect and Consult. If I can get it to pull up here. There we go. Sorry, my computer's running slow today. So the first thing you're going to see when you get into this campaign, I'm calling it campaigns. Maybe I'll change it to sequences. We're kind of working out those details right now. But you're going to see over to the left-hand side, you've got all of your contents. And we're going to include a thank you page. Now, if you're an Infusionsoft user, you know that there are not built-in thank you pages. It's going to take you to a secondary page, so that might be called a landing page for you. If there is a necessity for that, it will be included in the content. The different types of emails, in this case, Collect and Consult is based on a free report to a consultation. That is the action you're trying to take. So you're going to see 2 emails that deliver the free report and then 3 emails that push to a consultation.
Okay, so this is like an opt-in.
This is what you would actually purchase.
Okay, so what is it that you're providing?
So we're providing you with the content that goes on the thank you page, the emails, the landing pages.
Okay, and this is not generic. As a matter of fact, I remember, there was one, it just happened to be building a landing page, and I go, let's see what Stephanie has. And it's kind of like, you know what, I didn't have to think about it. I just kind of copy and paste it. I mean, I had to make like little modifications here and there. But I go, this is a lot easier than our generic, go check your inbox, and by the way, make sure you check your spam folder, blah, 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 blah.
Right. So anyway, then you're going to see the contents, and then next to the contents, there's going to be some instructions. One of the things we've done with our content is provide you with options. So if you're someone who does want to write a little bit and just needs a guide, the first instruction says that there are 2 versions of the second consult offer email. And I'll get down into that and you'll see, because one may fit you perfectly and the other one doesn't. And I included both of those, and you can just choose which one works for you. Another thing in the instructions is it's going to very clearly spell out all the steps you have to do in order to get this copy to work. For example, the second bullet says, have a plan in place for how you will schedule consultations. So if you don't have appointment core or
like schedule once, something like that.
Right, a calendar where people are going to sign up, then you have to say in the copy, to schedule your consultation, please call and give a phone number or give the email address. So all of that information is going to be available for you in the instructions. You're not going to miss anything here.
Cool.
And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Oh, a little too far. Okay, so now we're into the first email. And what you see is all the content that you're going to put in that email, starting with a subject line and a suggestion for when it should be sent.
Okay.
So if somebody has opted in to get your free report, the first thing you're going to do is send them an email, which should go out immediately. And the subject line will be simple, access to the report you requested.
Very good.
And then the next part is the entire section of what's going to go into the email.
Very nice.
There's a few blanks, and where you see the blanks is where you're going to see the brackets. So obviously,
and it's kind of like a no-brainer. It's the name of the thing, and to access, simply click here, or I guess whatever the instructions are, right?
Yep. Because obviously those are things that I can't fill in for you. And if you're an Infusionsoft user, unfortunately, you're still going to have to merge in your contact information at the top. You're going to have to put in that merge field for the contact's name.
Sure.
Because it does work for more than just Infusionsoft. So make sure you
right.
make
I mean,
that.
if you're using, I don't know, Aweber or MailChimp or something, this would apply.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. Okay, and then so you've got a second one, which is like option 2, right? Or is that like a follow-up the next day?
It'll show you down below. This is the one you send immediately, and then email 2 you're going to send 2 days later. And just real fast, George, take note of this over to the right-hand side. These pro tips are based on some of the best practices that we've discovered through the years. Well, we being Infusionsoft, I still connect with them. Some best practices for how to get people to take action, when to send the email, what it should sound like. Anytime you have to fill in the blank, you're going to find a pro tip here so that you don't have to think about it too much.
Well, and I mean, I take a lot of this for granted because I've been doing this for so long. But for someone who's just getting into it, this is really valuable, because it's kind of like, well, I send it to them. Well, it's like, don't assume that people are actually going to open the email. Go figure.
Sure. And that's what pro tip number 1 is. Even though you offered the report for free, you still got to sell them on the need to read it. That's what it says.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, those are not things that most people, if they're not familiar with email marketing, they're not even going to think about that. What, I've got to sell them on a free report? Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, I had a mentor one time that came up and said, give away a $10 bill and see how many people will take you up on it.
Right.
And it's like, I gave away 2, because nobody wanted it. So go figure.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that would be the first email that you put in. And what we've added, just this little fun thing, is that instead of having to copy or select all and then copy this button, you just copied it. Now you can go load it straight into Infusionsoft.
Very good. You got your programmer Mike there doing his job.
I do. And what's nice about this too is I know that most of you are going to be writing your copy in Word so that you can then put it into Infusionsoft. This will work. This will format exactly into Infusionsoft.
Oh, nice.
So every once in a while, things are get a little bit sticky, in the campaign builder. But for the most part, this will translate over directly.
And is it? And this includes both the most updated letter versus the legacy.
Right. I don't know if it works in legacy to tell you.
Okay. No, just asking. Okay. No, but you've tested for the most, the latest update. For the latest update, right.
Very and cool. Like I said, sometimes it gets a little bit picky and it won't work, but for the most part, it should convert over straight.
Cool. So why don't we do this? Can we jump out of here and maybe pick one of the other ones just so people can get an idea of one of the other sequences?
Yeah, but let me show you what's really cool with this one.
Okay.
Scroll down. So this is where I was saying, all right, so email 4, this is where you're actually offering a consultation to somebody.
Okay, so I've sent them a report. I've sent them a follow-up saying, hey, by the way, I hope you checked it out, because of course it's probably sitting there in their folder still. And now you're trying to offer them not really an upsell, but hey, would you like to have a chat?
Absolutely, absolutely. And every single one of our campaigns is based on some sort of objective. What are you trying to get them to do? So in email 4, though, you're going to see this a lot of times in the content that I provide, is when I see variations that could work, I'm going to give them to you. So in email 4, I gave you an email that will work with little to no changes to it. Oh, sorry, that's right here. The basic edition has very few changes to it that you have to make. Okay, just fill in the blank in those few spots.
Okay.
But if you're willing to take a chance and write your own story, then I give you some instructions for how to write a story. My most successful emails are when I'm actually telling specific details. For example, this is one that gets everybody. I was working with NLP coach, and he called me up.
For the novices, that's natural linguistic programming, is that it?
Neuro-linguistic programming, yeah.
I know what it means, but it's just one of those specific meaning of words. And by the way, somehow you're fading to the left in the frame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. There we go.
Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, I worked with him. He called me up at Infusionsoft and he said, look, I'm about to cancel Infusionsoft. My business is crashing. There's nothing I can do. I asked him how many leads he was pulling in every month. He said 8. Okay, well, kind of see the problem there. So I took a look at his website. I revamped some of his content for him, just to change some headlines, changed a few things around. And he called me up 2 weeks later and he says, I have had 8 opt-ins every single day.
Oh, wow.
So we did some serious, so when I was selling myself as a freelancer, that was a story that I would put in an email and it got a great response from people. So the use of story is really important, but I can't write your story.
Yeah,
I don't know
what it is.
Story is. So in email 4, I give you the option of writing a story and give you some details on how to write your story, but I also give you a version that is just fill in the blank if you don't want to go the story route.
Okay, but I see there's like a little view example story. Is that where you tell?
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. So then I put in my own personal details.
Very nice.
Yep, and you can see an example of how this story is done, how the story example can be written.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really valuable. Because, you know, you get out of, okay, what am I going to do here? And when you're starting with a blank slate, that can be so frustrating, especially when you're in a hurry.
Right. So almost all of our campaigns have something, a little hidden nugget that you wouldn't expect at all. So let's go open up another one.
Cool. And we probably only have time for another one of these. But see, that was I mean, I played around with one of these the other day, and I didn't even notice that kind of detail. Because I was in a hurry, you know.
Right. I'm going to show you one that I love here. New customer follow-up. And the reason I love the new customer follow-up, I don't know if you can see it at the bottom of the screen. Let me pull this down a little bit. We don't have a generic new customer follow-up campaign. We have one for digital products. We have one for an in-store purchase. We have one for a physical product. We have one for services.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to be different depending on what it is you provide. So if I could not write the content to be generic enough for every business, there are going to be variations for if you're product-based, if you're service-based, if you're online, if you're, you know, in-store. There's going to be variations all over the place.
Well, that's great. I mean, so someone like me that we sell, you know, membership sites, so we're a services-based team, right?
Right. So what you're going to get in your services is obviously checking in if you need to get scheduled for your services because they just made a purchase from you. Now you need to get them scheduled. We've written your emails to get them scheduled. Now that obviously is not going to apply to somebody who just bought a product. They don't need to schedule anything. So we give you 3 emails in this campaign. So we scroll down and you can kind of see.
Oh, see, now I'm curious here. So, okay, so thank you for the purchase. Okay, now I know you're busy, but I want to make sure your experience is perfect. So here's what you can expect. Ding, ding, ding. This is what we do. You know, maybe we should get a little more thorough and maybe send emails like this that are very cool when we sign up a new customer. Right.
So if you've got them scheduled for services, then your second email is, of course, let's get you scheduled for your services. Computer is having a heck of a time today, so I'm going to, oops, sorry about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So within 2 days of purchase, and again, you can tweak that.
Sure.
But the note here says, only use this email if you want to schedule appointments with an online calendar link.
Gotcha, right.
So you're going to get all the details, you're going to get all of the instructions, you're not going to screw this up, basically.
Right. No, I mean, it really is thorough.
Where, how, all of that stuff. So.
Very
and then,
cool.
of course, there's a third email to check in with them. And every once in a while, you're going to see this where I really couldn't answer the questions for you. I really couldn't fill in what the benefits of your product or service are. So over the pro tips, you're going to see examples of what to put in there.
Very nice. Well, I tell you, I mean, I know that, I mean, I'm not just trying to be the yes person here, but now that I know a few more of these, like, for example, we just brought on board a customer yesterday. And it would be kind of nice to probably follow up this thoroughly with them. So, so this makes a lot of sense. So let me ask you. So, how do people? Not so much. I mean, we'll let you come up and give people the link to how to get this. But what is it? So, who's your ideal customer? I mean, are you wanting other partners to kind of sign up for this, or you're looking for end customers?
We've actually got 3 different people that we're going after. We're going after the end user. So, and the site, I'm going to flip over to my website. The site is built for the end user right now.
Okay, so this is readytogocopy.com.
Readytogocopy.com. And you can go to the content library, which is taking a long time to load.
Yeah, and by the way, that's not your website. That's probably GoToMeeting that we're using to connect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can go, we have action plans. Those are the Infusionsoft ones. The essentials, these are the campaigns we say every single person needs to have. And you're going to see a price point. And everything's going to range from $39 up to $99. We don't have a single product over $99. So the end user, that's what we're trying to sell to them so that they can get the campaigns in place that they need. Now, these same campaigns, if I was going to write them as a freelance copywriter, I would charge you bare minimum $300.
Sure, sure.
So there's one customer that we're looking for. Another one is a little bit of an extension of this. We're looking for the very serious email marketers who need a lot of campaigns. We want to sign them up with a membership so that they get access to all of our content. And George, this is because you're a great guy and I know you love your list and your people that you work with, your contacts. What we would really like right now is to get a lot of those people in the door, people who want a membership. Now we're working out all of the kinks of that membership. What does it look like? How do we support you? Things like that. So anybody who is watching this, listening to this, we want to offer them access, 100% access for the next 3 months of all of our content, absolutely free.
Oh, right. And I guess we haven't said that you're still kind of in a beta mode, so this isn't really...
We're just launched this in April, so this is all brand new, and the membership has not been launched. And like I said, we're working out details on it. We need to figure out exactly how it works and how well it works, whether or not people are going to take advantage of multiple campaigns or whether they just put one in place and then ignore the rest.
Right, right. I got you. So that's more like for a partner, for some sort of agency type person.
No, I think it works for any small business owner. Small business owner that's going to put more than one campaign in place and wants to sign up as a member. I really like to have them test it out.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
we actually have a URL, and like you said, I'll provide this URL later, but if you go to readytogocopy.com/beta, you can sign up right now and get 100% access to all of our content for free. We're just looking for some feedback.
Very nice. Okay.
So this will be for the next 3 months because in November we're going to launch the membership.
Right, right. And I guess you guys are aiming for PartnerCon, right?
That was the idea. Yep. And so that's our last user too, is if you are a consultant, we are doing a resell membership opportunity. So we will give you 100% access to our content. You can tweak it and provide it for your clients. You can sell it to your clients if you want to. Whatever you want to do with the content, it's yours to do, as long as you get people to sign the little waiver saying that they're not going to take the content, run with it, and sell it. But that's the third group we're looking for, is people who are partners, who work with a lot of clients and want to get their clients some copy.
Okay, so that's more like an affiliate sort of program then, right?
Yeah, well, we have a referral partner program too.
Cool.
Okay,
we've
got it all.
We'll publish this. Make sure you send me an email with all the links, and we'll include those. And so it seems like the product's really solid. Your pricing is still kind of in flux, and you're trying to get feedback from people.
We want feedback on how it works. Yep. Do you understand everything? Is there something else you want? The other thing, George, is that I am writing about 5 or 6 campaigns a week. I'm running out of ideas. What I really want to know is, what do you want to see as a user? What campaigns do you want?
Gotcha.
You know, last week I had a gal who was doing a Facebook Live event. So you'll now find that one in there. She came to me and she said, well, I'm doing Facebook Live. I hadn't even thought of that. But now there's content for a Facebook Live promo.
Cool. Well, okay. Well, Stephanie, we're kind of running out of time. I thank you so much for sharing this with us. And just so people can get one last look at us, here we are bigger again. And, you have a great week.
Thank you, George.
Take care.